FragPunk on console is finally happening. We also have some brand new previews with Chapter 2, and there's a ton of new details there. We'll also go over some additional events and special guests. Of course, there's some further developer and event updates, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up, world? It's Utopia back in within the video. Today we're checking out all things FragPunk. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Of course, I did miss last week as I was on a short personal vacation. So unfortunately, I didn't have any videos out, and with the console launch on the exact day that I went on vacation, but I will cover that briefly. You've probably seen a ton of videos on that already. Again, the console is going to launch on April 29th. That's for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5. Weirdly enough, I had somebody comment on my video that console launch was on April 29th last week. In fact, I talked about this over 11 days ago. They deleted that comment, so I wonder if it was a developer that actually leaked that. Just a bit funny there. With console launch, there is going to be plenty of gifts to go around, and even exclusive time-limited event rewards. Players who did purchase the Pioneer Bundle will also get some additional rewards there, additional gifts. So some really cool details there. And it might be a question on aim assist, but they do say that they're going to include enhanced aim assist for controller players. That's going to hopefully minimize the disparity between controller and keyboard mouse input, and provide some equally competitive environment for all players. Now, there was a lot of issues for PC players with aim assist, so that is notable there. Moving on from that, though, we do have Chapter 2, which is technically considered Season 1.5. Now, they mentioned here that the dev team has been cooking on 3 different key elements here. Finalizing the console version is the first one, developing new content, and optimizing the game based on player feedback. They have a full year's worth of updates lined up already. That means new characters, new seasons, and a whole lot of exciting coming your way. They're also going to be doing some further UI optimizations with the cluttered lobby and even event screens. That's going to get a full redesign, more intuitive and streamlined. And they're going to unlock all the modes for the arcade. Although already you could really do that from the playlist section, but I think people didn't realize because it was on a rotation. But technically you could queue for any of them. I think you have been able to since launch, at least from what I've seen. Next up here, they have the roadmap for the improvement of gameplay experience. And again, they have 3 key elements here. They are improving the hit marker maker logic, which is going to reduce display delay under high ping conditions for a smoother, more accurate experience. They've also enhanced hit reactions, where they've updated those animations and sound effects to make each hit feel more impactful and responsive. There's even going to be more sprint adjustments with ongoing tweaks to sprint mechanics to ensure movement feels snappier and more natural. Again, I do have previous films for that, so I will be able to do comparisons there. And last up, they do mention that yes, anti-cheat remains a top priority, that it's an ongoing battle. They also did showcase here that they did ban an additional 823 players. That just happened in 1 week. So they are very, very fast with bans. As they mentioned, they do have a no mercy policy, so cheaters are basically banned forever. I believe it's 10 plus years or even more. Next section here, what's coming in Chapter 2? They're calling this one Wild Dawn. That's going to drop on April 29th. With early access content landing on April 25th. I might have some additional things in store for you there as well, so do be sure to check out the channel when that time comes around. But moving on, we do have that new content here. I mentioned there's going to be new shard cards, and this isn't just a few. They have over 70 new cards, where they're going to get a full refresh. Outbreak in Team Deathmatch will also see brand new card content as well, so those side modes aren't even being left behind. It's all included. Of course, with that, there's going to be new events. This season's packed with events, and they've revamped how rewards are delivered. They will be unlocked progressively based on your progress, simpler, cleaner, and more rewarding. Seems like instead of specific quests or things like that, they will reward you just by completing different matches, or maybe even match XP will be tied into that. Also, new players will get a special login bonus, including gold, curiosity pop can, and a solid head start, so you can bring your friends to try out the game. There's going to be a new map that is also joining the Team Death rotation, and included a new Lancer, which is also joining the lineup. They gave a quick teaser here, no imagery, but they said this one is a high-skill, aggressive attacker with a wild twist that sets them apart. They don't want to spoil this one just yet. I assume this new Lancer will be a lot like Corona. There's also going to be a brand new mode. Outbreak mode is getting a major upgrade. They're going to be introducing a dual deck system. That was a huge feedback with the mode. People wanted to essentially be able to have Survivor and the zombie decks. Now you're going to be able to separate those instead of having to resell your deck when you do become a zombie. That is a massive quality of life change there. Really enjoying that one. You'll also see exclusive shard cards tailored specifically for Infection, and they're adding more depth and strategy. Plus, a new Parasite variant and even more shard cards are already in the works. As they mentioned here, there is new modes, so not just with the Outbreak mode getting a revamp, they're going to be adding Classic Clash, which is a no-frills bomb mode for fans of tactical shooters. And they're also adding Headshot Only, which is a headshot-focused mode with Chaotic Twist. I assume Classic Clash might not have any shard cards tied to it, so more akin to the Valorant CSGO. They're also bringing back fan-favorite modes like Blitz Ballet and Chaos Clash, which are coming back with improvements, and they're shortening the arcade rotation from 3 days to daily refreshes, with TDM card balance updates that are included. They're also going to be dropping a new Battle Pass on April 29th, so if you've been grinding the previous one, you can transition smoothly. But don't worry, the previous one won't expire, so you can take your time. Now they asked here, will ranks be reset? And if the cards are hard to unlock. They mentioned that rank resets will happen with Season 2, so until then you can keep grinding. This is just Chapter 2 of Season 1. This change is incredible. Starting with Season 1, Chapter 2, all cards will be unlocked by default, so there will be no more grinding for cards. You'll just have them in your inventory. Absolutely awesome change there. You'll no longer need to get those as you go through and play the game. Now this one is tied to a major event that was happening, which was the FragPunk Card War. When will those actually be added to the game? The dev team has already kicked off the first round of selections. They've shortlisted 50 cards for the first voting pool. Then there will be new submission dates from April 8th to May 8th, and they'll select another 50 to 100 total. Players will then vote, and 10 cards will make it into the game for Season 2, Chapter 2. So that is going to be that mid-season update, at least for Season 2. Now they asked here, are there any major events upcoming? And they said, yes, there is a massive one. Where FragPunk does hit its 1-month milestone, they're officially announcing FragPunk Global Invitation. They're covering 7 regions here, with the Chinese mainland, Hong Kong, US, Germany, France, Brazil, and even Russia. Each region will have a select representative team, led by a local manager, and the prize pool is $150,000. And the championship trophy, which will be a custom piece crafted by Bad Guitar Studio just for this event. The final event will be held in China, where teams from around the world will clash on the big stage. So quite huge here. This is going to be a major invitational. They're going to release those invitational formats and schedule details soon. So quite the massive update there just for a mid-season drop. We got a ton of new details on events, changes, new lancers, new shard cards. There is a bunch happening with Chapter 2 of Season 1. Again, this is just a mid-season update, not even Season 2 yet. And it's only 1 month after launch. We do have some last-minute mentionables here. With that, we actually did get a patch on April 14th. It was just one small change here where certain actions would cause abnormal character hitboxes in specific situations. Although, realistically, it's not really a small change since it does actually alter hitboxes a little bit, at least how they were acting, but I'm glad they are fine-tuning that as well. With the new chapter update happening on April 29th, we actually do have some special guests hitting the stage. Now, this does seem like this is for the Taiwanese side of things, where there is going to be a show event with an offline art exhibition, and Breaking the Boundaries offline finals, a mystery guest will appear there. So I'm assuming it's some Taiwanese influencers, but it does look like they have 2 guests for that in total so far. We have one more update here, and that is for the Season 1 Chapter 1 Meta Breaker. And essentially there is an event running from April 12th to the 25th, where you can share your best tips for beginner, rank grinders, or even pros on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch. If you use this hashtag, you can post original content and show them what you got. You can sign up here, I'll include a link to it down below. And you can also apply to the FragPunk creator community if you'd like to. Again, links to everything that I covered will be down below in the description. If you enjoyed today's video, like, and subscribe, and until the next one, deuces.